So today we're going to look at corrosion. Let's have a look at this car here. If this car is placed next to the water in the surrounding elements around it, what will happen over time to the car? Will it stay nice and shiny, or will something else happen to it? It could end up looking something like this. This car has obviously changed colour. It looks like it's worn away slightly, and it definitely doesn't look as shiny as it used to look. There is rust formed on this car, and you may have seen rust before on other different metals. Rust is particular to iron. The object has to be iron to rust. This bridge in the background is also made of iron. It needs to be protected from the weather. To be protected from the weather, it's painted in a coat of paint 3 times, or 3 coats of paint. That stops the water and the air reacting on the iron in the bridge. When water and air react with metal, corrosion happens. If something goes rusty, then the corrosion has happened because the metal involved is iron. Not everything is made of iron. Roofs are made of metals using either aluminium or titanium. This prevents them from rusting. Aluminium and titanium can react with oxygen in the air to make aluminium oxide or titanium oxide. Let's have a look at the word equation for that. So titanium plus oxygen goes to titanium oxide. That titanium oxide can create a barrier against further corrosion. So further corrosion is prevented because the oxide leaves a barrier over the top of the roof. Let's have a look at these nails placed inside these solutions. These nails are made of iron. One test tube has water and air in it. The next test tube has just air and a drying agent to make sure there's no water in it. And the last test tube has boiled water in there, meaning there's no air, and it's also got an oil layer above it. So let's have a look at the first one, water and air. Well, we can see there's a rust colour inside the water. And that means, because water and oxygen are present, corrosion is taking place in the form of rusting. In the second test tube, there is just air. The water has been removed, and we can see the nail looks different. We can't see corrosion taking place. In the last test tube, there is no air, and it's just water. And we cannot see any corrosion taking place in that one either. So for rusting to happen, there has to be water and air present. There's some word equations on the board here now. I'd like you to pause the video and attempt at filling in the blank missing words. So if you pause now and then unpause when you're ready to see the answers. Okay, so the first one is copper and oxygen goes to copper oxide. Zinc and oxygen react to make zinc oxide. Aluminium and oxygen react to make aluminium oxide. Silver and oxygen react to make silver oxide. And tin and oxygen react to make tin oxide. We can protect metals by doing the following methods. We can paint the surface of the metal with a protective layer of paint. We can oil the surface of the metal. So oil forms a protective layer against air and water. We can coat the metal in plastic. And we can powder coat the metal by spraying it with a fine layer of powder, paint mixture. All of these methods put a barrier up against the things that make them corrode. Can you remember what they are?